There we go. Okay, so just to recap to where we were, turn off the sound. It'll help you a lot. It's like no point. Also, just to throw out, you're the only tank on the team. I think this will probably work. Maybe, maybe not, but I mean, with the Bastion, you're almost forced to have a shield, or I don't know, you just have to like save your Matrix for when he's getting dove, which generally won't happen too much because you'd already have to probably use your Matrix for other things. Oh, you have a Zarya. No, that's cool. Alright. This is somewhat okay. Okay, eat that Mora thing. Don't use your Matrix for the whole thing, just flash it. This is dangerous because of your health. So don't be just diving things when you're that low. Ping for heals and then go, or even use your mic. I would prefer using your mic if you can. So, clear this. So now you have good health. Fog behind you. You're gonna lose that suit. So hopefully you die here. Yep. So you shouldn't have gone back in your suit even if you wanted to. You need to be telling people to group up so you can go back in. Because they went in. Okay. So hopefully you don't do this, but if you notice they went in like one by one, don't do that. Just ask them to group up. How? So yeah, they both. I mean, maybe they were kind of together, but there's like 3 to 4 of you who spawned, and it's better to like group up around here. You can push in whatever door you need to have a better entrance with. So that was a good fly. Not sure why your Mercy's in. Probably gonna die. Try to eat those heal orbs whenever you can, because they are not your team's. Oh, flying this way is bad. You're probably gonna get hooked and stunned, and definitely not a suit. So when there's like a payload, so say this is the payload, and you have your fly, and your team is like on this side, so all of this. This is the payload, and you have your fly. The only time you should be going past it is if you have someone committing, like your Winston. So like Winston and Diva, like, because he has his bubble, and you have your Matrix, that's fine. But other than that, don't use fly to go, like, maybe if it's like 1 person to 2 people that you can get in like for free or something, and the rest of them can't shoot at you, that's the only time you should, just don't go past more than 2 people as Diva by yourself. Just play in front of your team, be a tank, play high ground, shoot at them, contest when need to. You lost suit when you didn't need to. And yeah. I'll so you don't need to like just be spraying your stuff. You could actually aim, and Diva has pretty good like you can easily hit headshots with it and get back in your suit really fast. So like you need to actually practice your aim on Baby Diva. Like you can't just be spraying. You actually practice it. Because you could have already had your suit by now, and I know you're afraid of dying, but what is better? Potentially get your suit back and aim at someone, or or spray and die from some random thing that you just didn't see because you were doing the spray and pray. So yeah, don't do spray and pray. Practice your aim. Actually shoot at something. Take a breath. Be calm. You'll get your suit back a lot faster. That was good. That was perfect. That was a risky thing. Typically when you're by a wall as Baby Diva, you're about to mech, you want to go behind the wall and get on it. Sure, maybe he might have been able to hit you, but yeah, just some form of cover. You know, as Baby Diva, it's best to like remech. Just because you're like a high priority target when you're getting back in your mech, and people should kill you. And look, you have a Winston now, so play tight, play tight, play tight. It'll be good. You'll win. Okay. Where's your Winston? Oh. Ejecting. He's up there having a good time. You could have been with him. Could have lost your mech with him together. And that's fine. Because you would have done it together, and it's your job to do it together. All systems. Okay, so you have your ults. Don't think they have any barriers. Save your matrix. Yeah. I probably would be throwing because, yeah. No, good. Hiding behind this bus is really good. Oh, that was a really good save. Nice job, except for somehow you just didn't have your DM up. I don't know. Oh, don't be. Hold on. Don't be just flying into them. Like, let your Winston kind of take the engage. Use the bubble. Like, play inside the bubble and just shoot at them. And then once the bubble breaks, you can have your matrix to kind of become a little bit more aggressive. Because, look, like, there's a bubble here. Look at your health. Like, play around your Winston a lot more. Don't just fly. See, I actually did this today. Like, I flew into the other team and we could have won a game, and we didn't because I flew into two healers healing themselves because one of them was lit, and that was a bad decision. I was the only tank up, and if I just played it slow, might have had a different outcome, and I probably would have gotten my ults, and things might have been different. So don't just fly into what could be low because you have your rockets up. Like, yeah, you could have used your rockets inside the Winston bubble and you would be like 600 health with armor. You're scary with armor. Divas are scary with armor. let me... Chill. Technically, you should be matrixing your Bastion as he does his ults. Like, just flash it. Like, right here, you flashing the Widow right in front does nothing. Like, you might as well just save it. Like, maybe if you're helping a support get by, that's fine. Which, by the way, cone shape. So if you even matrix, like, at this, stuff can't pass through it, like the Widow that's over here. It will get stopped by the matrix. So you don't have to look straight towards a Widow to eat the shots. So angles are fine. So like if you're Zen and communicated, I want to right click this Widow and then you matrix him, that's okay. But that wasn't coordinated. Or you didn't notice that he was doing that. Because a Zen right click could easily kill a Widow. Whoa, where did that McCree come from? It's usually not best to frontline as Eve, like, I mean, just peppering them from afar is perfectly fine. In fact, I mean, the best position for this is for people to Grotto. Like, honestly, you guys should be up here on this little ramp thing over here. Oops, not what I meant to do. Should be up here on this little ramp, and you should not use any cooldowns, fall down, and then use your cooldowns to get back up top. And that way, your Mercy has, like, she always has height, and she can just heal you from up here. And yes, there's a Widow that, you know, is on that little bridge thing over here. But you could even use your fly to get over there and kind of knock her down. That's also fine too, just as long as, you know. And I realize, like, maybe your team wasn't up there, but maybe there's some way you can communicate, like, hey guys, let's regroup up top. Maybe you're maybe you just don't like talking in game, but if you want to climb and you want to get better, you really should try to get a mic and, you know, just work things out with your team. Oh wow, he missed so much. Oh, you killed him too? That's great. Alright, you have a Diva Bomb. They have no shield tanks, so you should just have a good time here. I would just go ahead and get up on that cart and sit right up on top of it. Yeah, you didn't have to actually wait for anyone there because you had your ults. So you just gave them that for free. So let me see. I'm gonna pause this. So this is a really good Diva Bomb. I like doing it a lot. Hearts. Payload. Well, see if I can find a payload. Can I add a picture? Sticker. Video. Okay, so pretend this is the payload. I'm gonna draw a really bad looking. And wait, Like, so if you have Diva Bomb and you need to stall, you just kind of get up on this little high part here. You just plop your bomb down, your Diva Bomb. See, at first you can kind of stall for a little bit, right? Like, just as long as you can kind of get up to this high, you kind of do a little fly and twirl up in the air and come back down. But once that way you can kind of buy some times for respawners, and then you take your Diva Bomb, just put it right. Oop. And do that. Basically, you would just put it there. Oh lord. I don't know what I'm doing. This brush so big. Why is this arrow so big? Whatever. Anyways, I think you get the point. Just put it on the top. Like, you do some little fly around stuff. And eventually you'll just put it on the cart. Like, you don't even necessarily have to fly up. Like, sometimes you could just fly up and then drop it, but I guess it's okay. But sometimes, like, since you're already stalling and you've already used your boosters, you don't need to throw it up. Also, a lot of times, usually, a lot of times when you do the throw ups, because like you aim it too high and then you get nothing. Okay, this guy is out of position. You should have 100% rushed after that guy. Dude, your monkey's doing so much work. You need to be there with him. That was a good attempt. Gotta keep track of those hogs. I don't even know how I got there. Push him off. So I'm not saying this to be like mean or anything, but you really need to actually practice your aim. Like, there's so many kills that you would have gotten if you just put your, crosshair on them. So just spend some time in the practice range and just focus on that. Like, even go into quick play and just practice tracking, people. But there's just so many things that get away that are lit, or you should have killed faster and then dealt with other things. Also, this may be me, but it seems like you're not really comfortable with your sensitivity, and it may actually be too, like, high for you. And by high, I mean it's hard for you to turn. So I don't know if maybe it's a mouse pad thing, you just need more mouse pad. That's fine. Maybe you're comfortable with it. But, like, basically when you aim, like, this is me moving my mouse. I don't know if you can see this. But I have not lifted up my hand at all. And I've moved my mouse maybe, I don't know, 2 inches for that. Like, you need to be very comfortable with your sensitivity. So maybe warm up before you go and shoot up bots, or warm up in quick play or something, but you gotta be able to finish up targets and be fast about it. Play in these bubbles more.
Defense matrix activated.
I'm gonna pause it right here. So, a lot of times when they have sights or just whatever, don't don't be peeking corners. Like, just play. Rewind it just a little bit. See this right here? Like, use this cover to kind of hide, or use this to hide. Like, see, if you position yourself as tanks, like, your supports will do the same thing as you. So if you have good positioning, they'll also have good positioning. At least at this elo. There you should have expected the flash.
I'm gonna have to shoot you down. Bailing out.
I think you should have used your ult there. But luckily you got your team cleaned up. Solo Roadhog just killed 3 of your team.
It's ready to be unleashed.
My ultimate is almost ready. All systems checked out. I'm ready to initiate self-destruct sequence. I will watch over you.
Okay. Not sure why she used that ult. Maybe it's to scare them. Eat those orbs, please. Okay.
Suiting up. Game on. Bailing out.
30 seconds remaining.
Needs to be okay. So I don't know if you noticed this, but you use your boosters a lot of times to just engage, but you forget that if you have good positioning to start with, you don't need to use like your boosters to engage. You can actually use them to disengage and go get health and be in a better position to retake it, like to do more of the fight later on. Because a lot of times you have fly, all you have to do is like back up just a little. To fly back up, and then you know, you'll get nice heals, you'll go right back in, and you'll have more matrix too, and yeah.
EMP activated.
That was really good. See, you did your oh, run. Oh, I just noticed something. I think you have the cancel on your diva. Don't do that. Like, you need to actually, I mean, it's my opinion, you should not do that. Like, maybe you like it like that, but I definitely do not like it like that. Let me show you. Okay.
I'm ready to win.
Options. I'll show you which one I'm talking about. Hold boosters. So I think that's what it looks like that you have. You have hold boosters on. So like when you let go, you want to stop flying. Calm down, Libby. So keep that off and just practice like using your melee cancel to stop the fly. And then yeah, I mean maybe you're just used to it and this is fine. This may just work for you, but I really like it this way. Because on top of that, you'll get in a good habit of meleeing things with Steven. It's like his 30 I think it's 30 damage or 20 or something like that. When you fly into someone, then you melee, and then I think that's 10, so it makes it 30. I think that's what it is. Something to that effect. But that's what that looked like. So if you have it, maybe practice using the other way. Look to eat that. Usually I save Matrix until I could actually see him, and then I fly into him. And it's better that I take the Matrix shot, or the... Please use your ult there. Oh, well, I guess maybe you shouldn't have. Actually, I take it back. That was fine that you didn't use it there. I thought more people... I didn't notice that it all died. That's good. Now you should easy fight here with your ults. Oh, I see what you want to do. Perfect. That was beautiful. Oh. Eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it. No.
Ejecting.
Shoot at that hog. Get your suit back. Ooh, yeah, yeah. That's the shots I'm talking about.
All systems
Oh, perfect,
checked.
perfect.
Boosters engaged.
Yeah, get that hog. He's hacked, I think. Eat that Mora ball. Eat that. Get that Mora.
I'm on fire. Sniper, don't get caught.
Good, it's good, it's good. That was good. Good. I don't know if you know it there, but this is just an FYI. But these little slopes, and as the cart's going up it, you even put your ult. I think it's in front or behind. I forgot where. I'll show you in a second. Then you'll kill things like on the other side because it's at a slant. I think you have to throw it to the side or something. Let's see if I can show you an example. But if you throw it, it will go. It looks like basically the only place for them to hide is on the tires. Like it will go to the other side, so like they can die on the other side of the cart because the bomb goes over. Okay. See what's a good one I could show you. I guess we could do Dorado. Is this the right one? Use row, disable. Nope. Okay, which one do I need to be to push? I think here.
Traveling to Dorado.
I'll push it to a slope and I'll show you what I'm talking about.
I play to win. Boosters engaged.
Oh wait, it's a skirmish. Copy. Can I push it in skirmish? I might have changes. Oh. Codes. Skirmish. Save. escort. How do I take it off this? What's this one? Codes. Escort. Start.
Traveling to Dorado. Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
I do not know how to make this symbol you team master. Sorry. I think there's a way, but there's.
I play to win! All systems operational. Diva, ready for combat.
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
So this is what I was talking about with the fly. Like I just hit it once, and then I use melee to stop. Melee stop. Melee stop. There is a glitch where you can do fly and double melee, so you can hit it like twice. Okay, I guess this is an example of a hill, actually. Let me get my old up somehow. Moon.
Taking off. Stop new objective. Get the payload moving.
Okay, here we go. Alright, I think it's... I think you could... So if it's on a level like this, I think you could just throw it to the side. And as long as they don't stand by the wheels, then they'll die. Let's see here.
Nerf this.
Something I wanted because this wheel is blocking it.
Moving the payload. Hurry up.
I'll try to come out again.
I'll show them.
So ideally, you can kind of throw it this way. Go to the side. But you also have to understand, like that's why that spot that you were using was really good, because there's like nowhere for them to hide. But you did the overthrow, which was fine, I think. But they were already in position to go past it, right? See, Draw has all these inclines, so like Diva Bombs can be really good if you throw it at the right spot. But I think ideally, like, it would land right about here-ish. Oh, and this is what I was talking about. Like, you just plop your bomb, like, right around here. Around this spot.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
We got away, but yeah, you put it like right about there, and like you could just shoot them, like around, like, cause they'll be kind of crouching and hiding, so you can kind of just be like, I'll just shoot you guys, and you're dead.
All systems checked out. Game on.
like the other place because the slope is a lot longer. That's why when you're hiding from diva bombs, by the way, and they're on the cart, it's best for you to hide by wheels. Unless, like, it's... And that's why you put your diva bomb here, because they can't escape from the wheels. Just kind of depends on where they're positioned. Put it a little back, put it a little forward. A lot of times putting a little bit forward right here is nice, because a lot of times they're coming in from this way. And so they're contesting around here. And so, like, remember what I was saying about the fly? Like, you're flying, you're contesting, then you're about to lose your suit, and then you try to, like, you know, hit spacebar and stand up here. Yeah, I think even that's what it is right here. You see this? You see this? This is what I'm talking about, and that's why it's broken. I think you can even put it in the front of the cart, and it'll come out the back side, or maybe it's the other way. I don't remember which, but I would just play around with it. Maybe add some dots here. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about.
Payload is approaching its destination.
I'll look at it. See that? Yeah. So if you just kind of throw it, even like to the side, people think they're safe. But try to like not throw it by a wheel. The slant is so awesome for these bombs. Alright, that was it. And I'm not sure, but maybe the front might work that way. I think throwing it backwards, as long as it lands closer to the ground, you don't want it too high. But yeah. Make sure. I think that was it. So we'll go over just a recap stuff. Oh, yeah, this is what I was talking about holding up here for a second, if possible. So things to work on, let's talk about that. Actually, let's use a notepad if I can find it. It's really big. Okay. Follow your Winston. Play inside bubble initially. To like, always keep track of him. To don't use your shift to or fly to go into a ton of enemies. Save for picking off people one by one who can't be saved by their team. And your team does not need you to kill for them. 3. Don't be afraid to use your ults to get back into mech if fight is still prolonging. So this is okay. Because you need suit to be effective in a fight. Also, oh, and that was another thing, is use corners to hold places without taking damage before fights. A lot of times you use your matrix and took damage before fights even begin. You need your cooldowns before or when fights happen. So I mean, I'm like an offender of this too. So so like for example, say you're on that bridge one with a lot of people like running Farah, and I think it's called Lijiang, and you're going across. You just have to kind of trust that your team isn't going to take damage, and then that way when your Winston jumps in, you have your matrix and all this other good stuff. So that's about it. Follow your Winston, don't use your shift to fly into a ton of enemies, save for picking off people one by one who can't be saved by their team. Don't be afraid to use your ult to get back in the mech. If fight's still prolonging, this is okay because you need your suit to be effective in a fight. Use corners to hold places without taking damage before fights. A lot of times you use your matrix and took damage before fights even began. You need your cooldowns and good HP. Fights happen. That's about it. Work on those, and I think it'll be better. It'd be really awesome if you can get a mic and coordinate dives or regroups this way. Don't be afraid, because you're a girl. No, you just pretend to be a little boy and they'll never know the difference, so don't worry about it. Anyways, that's it. I'm gonna play some more comp. I'm gonna stop this video and then restart it so I can grab that later.